Hey, Mortgage Coach community, Dave Savage here, and today I am interviewing Chong out of the Washington, D.C. market. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Dave. How about you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Well, I'm looking forward to getting to know you better as a mortgage professional. I've heard great things about you from our community, and then you and I were on a call last week together, and you delivered a lot of value. You helped a lot of loan officers better understand how they could be using technology to help home buyers. So looking forward to learning more. Could you just, before I start getting into specific ideas, strategies, and scripts, could you tell everybody a little bit about your mortgage practice?
Yeah, so we are in DC. I have a team of 5, including me. We have a couple of LOAs and then a loan officer who also originates. We're really right around $60 million, trying to do 70, this year, and then 100, and then ultimately 200 million if we can. That would be the long-term goal.
Good. So that is what you were playing for. How many families are you helping on average per month, per year?
About 15, about 180 a year.
Okay, good. And then what about realtors? How many different agents are you managing referrals from on any given month?
Oh, geez. I mean, I'd like to have that, 10 to 15. That gives us, all the transactions we need to help families. But, our list extends past 40, where we can do 1 or 2 a month, or even none a month. And, if we can help if we can help the $5 million realtor turn into 10 to 20 to 40, like ultimately that would be our goal. So there's really not, there's really no limit, but we certainly we want to work with and help as many as possible.
Got it. But it sounds like there's about 40 agents that are, actively referring you business, and 15 is the, real active partnerships, sounds like, just to get a feel for the practice. Well, let's talk a little bit about how you're using Mortgage Coach. And I want to cover, how the total cost analysis is helping you before you meet the client, to drive value, how it's driving value during the meeting with the client, and then post-meeting. So if you could just kind of walk us through your sales process using the total cost analysis.
Sure. So, but before I do that, Dave, I just got to say, this is an honor. Like, I've been, listening and watching and learning from you for as long as I've been doing this. And to be able to sit here right now and talk to you, this is, I can think about the day I was born, the day I lost my virginity, and now this is like the greatest thing ever.
Well, hey, first of all, thank you for the kind words. The Mortgage Coach team, I would not be doing what I'm doing today without an amazing community like you and amazing loan officers to interview. So I'm glad that you've tuned in and that you watch our YouTube channel and that you participate in our training programs.
Awesome value. It's great. So yeah, we try to incorporate, we do incorporate the Mortgage Coach, the TCA, or rent versus own in every one of our pre-approvals. So, when the lead comes in, we take them on, we have the initial conversation, and of course they go into our CRM, and right away we know to create the TCA for them. And what this does is it really differentiates us from the average LO that, they're going to write up, LEs or GFEs like we used to do. And, it's kind of like it puts you in a much better position, because they're really saying, hey, go ahead and, shop me for rate or fee, because that's all you're really providing for them. So the total cost analysis is really making you, I don't want to say better, but definitely better, like far and above, more advanced than the next person. And you're giving them something of value that no one else is doing. And over here in the East Coast, quite frankly, and I'm sure you know these numbers, I feel like there's like nobody that uses the TCA. So that definitely puts us at an advantage. And what we're really doing is we're showing them different options. And the options are, listen, you may not want to put 20% down. You may not want to put 10% down. You may not want to put 5% down. But, from a long-term financial point of view, financial goal, what makes most sense, right? So we want to lay out the different options. And then, of course, we put a video to it. And, I'm not the best looking guy in the world, but I feel like they at least see me as a person. So it's more of a person-to-person thing, as opposed to, hey, it's a transaction, if that makes sense.
It does. It does. I want to make sure some folks heard something that I heard. And it sounds like you're not just providing people mortgage options, you're asking them their goals. And then when you deliver the options, you're putting the mortgage options in context of, hey, this is how you can achieve what you told me your financial goals were. And you really look at Mortgage Coach as just a way to present loan options that align with the family's goals. And then you mentioned video. What percentage of your clients do you meet in person versus just a pure phone and internet relationship?
Well, it's funny. I used to try to make it 100%, but nowadays that's almost impossible to do. So nowadays, like the percentage of face-to-face meetings are actually decreasing. So the video in itself, or videos period, but most importantly, the video that's tied to the total cost analysis is what's really creating that initial relationship. The trust that's needed. To show them, hey, listen, we're here not only to give you a debt, but we want to show you how to maximize your return on investment on the whatever the percentage you're going to put down on the home, to give you the best for your both short-term and long-term goals.
Got it. But just so I'm clear, are 50% of your families coming through your office experience? Sounds like maybe 70%.
I should actually answer the question, right? Probably 20%. I would say 20 or 30% we're meeting face-to-face.
Okay, so that's still a sizable number of families, and I guess the point I want to make there is even when people come into your office, you should be delivering, getting them to download the app, making sure that they know how to use the total cost analysis. Because let's face it, they're in your office. That's just the beginning of the story, and the story is going to change. Loan amount's going to change, interest rates are going to change, the home they buy is going to change. So, make sure if you're watching this, even when people come into your office, that's a great time to download the app and to get them into that, become a digital friend. You're going to do business with me, download the app, get the total cost analysis, and now I'm going to help you, align a mortgage with your goals.
Yeah, I think ultimately, I think for the way the world is coming in terms of digital, I think ultimately, maybe it's a great place where we're just talking video or like Zoom, like we're doing now. I think maybe the face-to-face is this, maybe this is the way to be more efficient ultimately.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. Walk me through when you do add a video, when do you add it? What do you say? And if you could delineate, like, hey, if you met a family in person, are you still adding the video? And if so, when? And if you didn't meet them, when are you adding it? And what are you saying? Just give us a feel of how you're integrating video into your mortgage options.
Sure. So initially, we're going to get a sense of, what sales price we're looking at, right? So, we can have that conversation, figure out, hey, I want this payment. I have this amount of money to invest. And then we put them into a position where, okay, so it sounds to me like 500,000, and I use that number, of course, roundly, but 500,000 will be the number. And then, it might be 600,000, or it might be their top number. So what we'll do is we'll show them what a payment would look like at different scenarios at the sales prices, right? And then what we do is, okay, so this is what we're looking. So when they actually start their search, we are actively saying to them, as soon as you find a home that you're interested in, prior to looking at it, send us the information regarding or the address, and it will revise the TCA for you so that you know exactly what the payment and out-of-pocket is going to look like before you get into it.
Love that. Now, what about, I'm hearing that folks have bigger pre-approval funnels than they've had before. Are you updating the video? How are you using the total cost analysis to, make it efficient and effective to manage that bloated pre-approval funnel that everybody has?
Yeah, and I think that's one of the challenges that we all have is to not lose any of the, any of those pre-approvals that are in the funnel. So what we do is we try to touch bases with our buyers at least once a week. And we'll do that either by video, we'll do that either by text, phone, or email, just to kind of change it up. But ultimately, if you send them a revised, as interest rates change, if you send them a revised total cost analysis, let them know where they stand currently. That's a great way to actually have them open it up, because at the end of the day, we want them to be engaged and understand we're still around, but we want them to actually look at where we're sending them. So, if we do the revised CCA for them, it's a great way to keep them with you and not wandering, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes lots of sense. And when you think of the number of folks that are downloading your app, any sense of what percentage of clients are getting the mobile experience versus the desktop? Is there anything intentional that you're doing to get them to download that app?
I'm sorry, Dave, you just clicked out on me.
Oh, sorry. I'll repeat it. Can you hear me okay, by the way?
I can hear you now. Yeah, thanks.
Okay. So any idea as to what percentage of your clients are actually downloading the mobile app? And is there anything that you're doing to be intentional so that they know that there's a mobile app to download and that they're doing it?
I think that I should be better with my metrics or measuring my metrics on that. But we tried to tell everyone in advance, hey, it's a good idea to download the mobile app because it's going to give you better access for one, but it give you more flexibility in terms of when you can look at it and how you can look at it. So for every last one, I'm explaining to them to download the app, if possible.
Got it. So that is part of your conversation. Download the app. And by the way, I want to hear your script. Download the app because give everybody a script on how to drive that, just so they know what it sounds like coming from you.
Yeah, I say first I'll say download it because it's cool, but really it's it's a great idea for you to download this. I'm going to send you this total cost of loan analysis, and it's a great idea for you to download the app onto your phone because what it's going to do is this: one, it's going to give you more flexibility in terms of when you can access it. Two, it'll give me better opportunity to be able to convey the message to you. And not always are you going to be able to have a laptop or a computer in front of you. So this is just easy access, and it's better communication, and you're going to find it actually is pretty cool. So it's a good tool to have.
Good. Well, I love the way you practical advice and then just personality. You personally say, hey, this is a great app, download it. Also, a reminder, power user tip for everybody. You want to get them to download the app. You want them to get the total cost analysis, and you want to remind them they can share it. You can then share that because let's face it, it's when you're helping a family with a loan, even if one or two of the family members came into your office, there's more people involved in the decision. And so the more that they share the message and everybody gets your total cost analysis app, everybody gets your advice. What's that mean? More conversion, better service, and more referrals. So
I'm learning everything every minute I talk to you. I just realized that's something I'm not doing now. So that's on the books.
Turn everybody into an ambassador that's sharing your mortgage advice.
Oh,
so
for sure.
let's close out with is there any way that you're integrating the total cost analysis with your agents? Do they know about this cool next level experience that you deliver?
Yeah.
And if so, when do you tell them about it, and how do you tell them about it?
Oh, this is the best piece, right? So the best thing about it is when you're sending the video, you can, or the TCA, you're going to send a video and you can attach anyone to it. So if you're going to send one for Dave Savage, right, you're going to say, you're going to break it down for him, but at the same time, you're going to include it with, include the realtor that's on it. And then what I do is, in the conversation, not only do I edify the agent, but I'm also talking about, hey, look, you're in a great position because you're picking one of the best in the business. Like, for instance, I'll say, thanks so much for inquiring with us, and we're going to I provided this loan analysis, total cost loan analysis for your review. But first, I want to just talk about Dave Savage, your realtor. He is outstanding. He's the best in the business, and I can't think of anybody else that should be working with you. And if we say this on every single one, and realtors know you're doing it, then 100%, they're gonna see the value in it. And then what you do is you pretty much remind them this is what you're gonna do, and they should download the app as well. So every single lead that comes over and you do that for them, they're just gonna realize it. And to take it one step further, it's all about keeping in touch and databasing. And I feel like a lot of our realtors, they don't do a great job of doing that. So like when we do our annual mortgage reviews, I know you're big on this for sure. Not only are you doing it, but if you're including the realtor and you remind them who their realtor was that got them this awesome house with a great loan, then that's actually value for them, huge value for them. And they're going to remember that. And I think it's a great thing to be able to provide that, because not only are you keeping in touch with the borrower, but most importantly, you're keeping in touch with the realtor.
Yeah, so think about that, everyone. Listen to this. I mean, you are an extension of the realtor sales process, and you're using the fact that you're delivering this total cost analysis with a video, and you're showing the realtor that, hey, I am leveraging technology to not only deliver a better service experience at the point of sale, they're seeing you say great things about them. They love that. And you're demonstrating them, and I love that you're doing annual reviews, that, hey, I'm going to help you manage your mortgage. I'm going to help you get a great mortgage now. I'm going to manage that over time. This is how I'm going to do it. Realtors will see the obvious value of that. Do you feel that you get more referrals from agents, and has it helped you win an agent where you may have not otherwise developed as many referrals from an agent?
Absolutely, because I'm also a big fan of you mentioned managing mortgages. I'm a big fan of that, and Tim Brahim, who is my coach, is awesome at selling. I don't want to say selling, but creating an opportunity for another loan down the line, where we would talk about, hey, listen, we're going to give you the best loan possible now, but this probably isn't going to be the last one you're going to have. So we're going to manage your mortgage for you, so you're never overpaying for your mortgage. And we're conveying to them, listen, we're gonna create, when there's an opportunity, we're going to save you money. And then, incorporate that with the realtors. And yeah, they love it because they know that you're keeping in touch with them and making sure that every time you do touch them, they know that the realtor is going to be referred. So a lot of the agents that we work with love it. And that's certainly, there's a lot of them that we have created relationships with just because of that, just because of the mortgage.
I love that. And I love that you mentioned Tim Brahim. So down below, I'm going to put a couple different links to recent interviews I've done with Tim. One of them is where he talked about his scripting on, how to win the business, what to say that improves conversion, but also how to set up the future relationship. So down below, there will be a script from Tim Brahim. I also interviewed him earlier this year as one of my top interviews of the year. So it was called The 9 Prospecting Habits of Top Producers. And Tim broke down what are the 9 things that the best of the best do. So there'll be the 9 prospecting habits of top producers and Tim's script. So look below and you'll see that. So Chong, as we wrap up today's interview conversation, is there any last words of wisdom for, just think of the folks that are watching this. They're either actual mortgage coach users that are just looking for a new edge, or there are people that, hey, I know I should use this, and they're engaging in it. Is there any last words of wisdom or advice you'd give to any mortgage pros on today's call?
Yeah, well, the first thing I would say that, the stuff that Dave is providing here, this is gold. Like, you have the best of the best providing. I mean, we've had to go years and years and years of coaching to get this stuff, and you're getting it like on YouTube. Are you kidding me? This is amazing. So Dave, everything you do, like, I think everyone in the community should be watching and listening to you, but more importantly, I think that we need to understand, and I think a lot of us do, but I think we need to understand where our industry is going. We're going to be, it's going to be so different in the next 2 years with technology. Like, the call centers, you've got the Gary Keller, the Keller Williams, discount program, and you've got Amazon coming down the line. So this is all going to be price compressed stuff. So if we're not providing real serious value, we're going to be left behind. And I think that, if anyone's not using Mortgage Coach, that's a big mistake, because this should be the first thing. This should be the first bullet in your gun moving forward. Because, as I said, it's a life changing and a game changing piece of software. So I would just say really get on top of it. I mean, I'm learning more about Mortgage Coach like as we speak. So I'm gonna make it a serious, important way to not just keep using it, but improve upon how I'm using it.
Beautiful. I have one more question before I ask it. A couple things. One, if you got value from today's video, like it and share it with your mortgage friends. Anybody that you care about in the mortgage business that you think would get value from this, please share it. Please let us know if you liked the value you got from today. So also make sure you connect with our YouTube channel. So not only should you be aware of it, heck, even have it as a bookmark on your mobile phone, but make sure you connect. Make sure you subscribe to it, so when we add new videos, you get an update. Also, make sure that you subscribe to our Mortgage Coach Productivity Mastermind. We've got a Facebook group. Just go in, do a search in Facebook for Mortgage Coach Productivity Mastermind. Great place to mastermind and connect with other top mortgage professionals. And then last question, what are one or a couple of your favorite YouTube channels? And don't say Tim Brahim, because I've already put Tim down below. So other than Tim, what are some of your favorite YouTube channels?
Well, only would be anything mortgage coach related, because I only watch 2 YouTube channels. That's you and Tim.
Okay. All right. Well, we appreciate it, my friend. And with that said, we'll wrap it up. And again, please forward this along to your friends. And Chong, thank you very much for taking time to share your passion for mortgage coach.
Thank you, Dave. This is awesome.